After mostly everyone agreed with my previous video ranking the Halo FPS campaigns and established me as the greatest Halo video maker of all time, I decided to now rank the same Halo games based on multiplayer. Now I will be replacing Halo 3 ODST with Halo 2 Anniversary since ODST didn't have its own true multiplayer. So to kick us off at number 8, we have Halo 2. Now this placement even shocked me, but as I thought about it more, Halo 2 is probably the least exciting multiplayer for me to play. And I think the reason is that the gameplay is just overtly dominated by the Halo 2 battle rifle. The same 7 people I kept getting in each match seem to be trying to go pro in this game, but unfortunately I think they're about 20 years too late. At number 7, we have Halo Combat Evolved. Fun game, good throwback, just outdated. And again, another Halo where every other weapon is just outclassed by a simple loadout gun. I do love playing big team battle and wondering that every time I start driving a Warhog if I'm going to kill more enemies than I do teammates. At the number 6 spot, we have Halo 2 Anniversary, the polished and refined version of Halo 2's multiplayer that's actually completely different than even the gunplay in its own campaign, creating a unique multiplayer experience. And it had a Forge mode, which allowed you to create your own maps if you wanted to. Overall, another solid game, but just outclassed by other ones that had a little more meat on their bones. At the number 5 spot, we have Halo 4. Now I know this is one of the rankings that's probably going to ruffle some feathers, which is good because it drives more engagement in the comments. Halo 4 is literally just a reskin of Halo Reach, which should make it one of the top multiplayers, right? Halo 4 is literally Halo Reach with just a little bit of Call of Duty mixed in, and I know that all those OG Halo players are ripping their hair out that I even mentioned Call of Duty is similar to Halo. But let's face it, no Halos had customizable loadouts until Halo 4, as well as ordnances, which were basically kill streaks from Call of Duty. Halo was built upon players starting with the same guns, scavenging for power weapons, and looking for dope vehicles to turn the tide of the battle, and I think some of these additions were lost because of these updates. At number 4, we have Halo Infinite, a game that could have easily been number 1 if they had executed its development differently. An assortment of weapons, vehicles, game modes that all came out a couple years too late, and once the hype was gone, no one was planning on re-downloading the game. And the fact that majority of customization is only unlockable through payment. At number 3, we have Halo 3, a balanced multiplayer experience, the introduction of Forge, an assortment of maps and game modes that really set the standard for what the future Halo games should be. Some lived up to their potential, some didn't. But let's look at the next 2 that did end up improving on top of Halo 3's experience. At number 2, we have Halo Reach, an absolute masterclass of a sci-fi shooter, with an array of well-balanced weapons that doesn't really have one that sticks out more than the others. The maps were built to absolute perfection and replayability, and it built upon Halo 3's Forge with an entire world dedicated to just Forge creations. But my number 1 spot goes to Halo 5 Guardians. Now, I could make an entire video dedicated just to talking about why I believe it's the best multiplayer, so if you want that, make sure to subscribe and comment down below. Do it for the vine. But if I had to describe it in 2 words, it would probably be absolute Halo.